Right. In the bottom right of the map, we have in the green. No, it's not. I don't know why I said that. We have in the red, it is ViperMusashi. I was staring at Shmeeggeggy's name even though we were looking at that. You know.
And the top left, in the actual green, it is Shmeeggeggy.
I don't know, man. I was just having the conversation. I was thinking enemies are green, and I'm like, nope.
See, it's something with a lot of the older games as far as flight sims and things are concerned. A lot of the games back then, this common thing hadn't been established yet. So several games chose to highlight your enemies on the crosshair in red, as in enemy.
Yep.
Other games highlighted your enemies in green, as in go shoot them.
Yep.
So it was very confusing as a younger player myself in the 90s, trying to figure out who I should shoot and who I shouldn't, because the colors were different in every game.
That was kind of true. I don't know. I felt like I would be confused about that at first and then just adapt, typically.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It depended on the game you're playing. For sure, that could be definitely super confusing in like something like this, especially if you weren't paying too close attention to it, and you look down at the menu map halfway through the game, and you're like, ah, he's everywhere. Oh wait, that's my stuff.
He's in my base. No, that's just me. We got a hatch coming out from Viper and a pool from Shmee.
Although that's then again, I think when I was little, especially like if I was playing a shooters, I just tended to like playing free-for-alls more than anything else.
I mean, GoldenEye with a golden gun?
Well, that too. But the point is, I very rarely played in team games, so I never really thought about it much. I think red makes more sense, though.
It does, it does, it really does.
So, Shmeeggeggy being sure to annoy the hell out of his opponent by poking his hatchery and causing that "We are under attack!" to come up. Wonderful StarCraft episode referencing that.
Yeah, that drone just boxing away decided he's not going to do that anymore. Let's see the pool, the spine crawler going down.
So it looks like Viper's using his more typical defensive strategy. Shmeeggeggy so far actually showing to be actually playing quite a bit like Omi, so I think he's going to be kind of used to what's coming at him.
Mm-hmm. And this Overlord does spot all of these lings as they come out, headed out toward the base. So, I mean, he's got a pretty good idea what's going to happen here. So, he's got his own lings out. Shouldn't be anything too alarming.
1, 2, yeah, equal numbers. So it's gonna equal numbers, but Shmeegg's is kind of split up. So yeah, losing 2 lings immediately, it's going to be nearly impossible for them to really do much. And speed's already been started by Viper, so his lings are going to get vastly more powerful.
Yep. Speed lings versus slow lings is never a position you want to be in.
He still has a little bit of time to get something done. He's going to wait until some more reinforcements come down. Of a minor ling lead. But this spine crawler is probably going to finish during whatever fight they have, if these lings actually go up there.
Yep. And behind the Shmee is opting for a hatchery of his own.
Makes sense. I mean, he lost kind of the initial 2 lings that would have given him an edge in that fight. Anyway, spine crawler is about to come up. So unless he goes up to Baneling tech, this is going to be a little bit harder to get something done with. He's trying to build a lot of lings, but as long as Viper's actually paying attention to his map, he knows exactly how much is coming at him. And hey, Metabolic Boost is just about to finish. Only has the 6 lings though, so they're still going to get outmatched a bit in this fight. But Queen is there, and Queen's now there as well. They're trying to run past him up into the main base, I believe, but there's already the spine crawler there. And no attempt to surround the Queen. He's going to run up into the main base, find the Queen up here to try to do some damage to it. He's going to run back. There's actually, as again already said, a well-positioned spine crawler here, and that entire investment by Shmeeggeggy has turned out to be basically pointless. He's really accomplished almost nothing, unfortunately, not even getting the Queens with that.
Oh. Those lings have to be pretty embarrassed being ambushed by the slowest unit in the game.
You mean the unit that doesn't move?
Right.
Queen.
Yeah, the Queen.
We're talking about spine crawlers or Queen here? Now that is actually a decent move. He's getting the queen, so he's going to hamper his production abilities for a little bit there. But it's only a short period of time. Lings are not going to be able to stick around. Having to build another 12. And the thing is, every batch of Lings that he's throwing out here is delaying his economy by quite a bit. So this 29 drone 15 versus 15 drone economy here for Viper is starting to give him a big edge. But now we have the 2 ships passing in the night as the red Lings run toward the north and realize, oh, wait a minute. Wait, actually, no, we're just going to go anyway. And runs back up north. Looks like he wants to ambush these reinforcements as soon as they come into view.
Like Ling speed finished just in time for this, too.
Shmeeggeggy did notice that, and now he's moving his Lings back. And, Viper's Lings are just going to get really badly smushed. Oh, here comes some more Lings in the back of that. Oh, the flanks. Flanks everywhere. But, unfortunately, it's not quite enough for our Red Zerg players, as Lings are more or less being cleaned up. However, with that additional economic power behind him, Viper is going to be clawing ahead in that army count pretty quickly. Now, that said, his opponent is throwing down a Baneling Nest, and the power of this is not to be underestimated.
Mm-hmm. And Viper throwing down a Roach Warren in response here. Banelings, I don't know. I mean, they can throw themselves at roaches, but it really doesn't help too much.
No, in the short term, it'll be very effective, but once the roaches are out, Banelings won't mean a whole lot. So his time window to get this, to get some damage done with some Banelings is pretty much going to be very small. He's going to have to start them right now, get them over to the front of the base, and get ready to do that attack, because as soon as those roaches are started, clock's going to be ticking.
Yep, just me also getting a Roach Warren.
Only 4 at the moment, though, so not a whole ton. But if they get in front of the army, then they will do no damage to the Lings. Still no Banelings yet. There he goes. Now, the thing is, get enough Banelings and they'll kill anything. So if he goes to mad, ridiculous numbers of Banelings, then the roaches won't matter either. But
not to mention them exploding just sounds so awesome.
Ooh, +1 Carapace now finished. No attack weapons for our green Zerg player, so unfortunately these Banelings have to explode twice to kill any given Zergling. Make them quite a bit less efficient.
Yep, roaches are out, and a third base for Viper going down.
Out and positioned forward. I think he may have seen the roaches with his Overlord. Depends whether he's paying attention at the time.
He can actually still see one.
Oh, nice. So he's aware that this tech is out there, which should actually make him a little bit leery of running up into the natural still. Viper's taking a little bit of a risk trying to grab his third base right now. He might be able to force that cancel at least. Infestation pit. Oh dear. Oh. There are things that can be built with infestation pits.
Like yes. Swarm hosts.
Swarm hosts. No, not Vipers. Hive tech. Eventually. Upgrades. Which I think is all he's getting it for at the moment. Infestors!
Very good.
ViperMusashi is an infestor fan.
Haven't seen these in a while, so this should be good.
Shmeeggeggy is a Swarm host fan, so we can still see Swarm hosts. Even Swarm host versus Swarm host. How excited are you?
I'm not. I really am not. This is going to turn into a 2-hour ordeal.
Oh my goodness, I hope not. But we'll see.
Ling's running around here, keep an eye on the map, trying to get some map control running. Shmee is just kind of hanging out on this high ground here. He should go for a third himself. He's got enough minerals for it.
Yeah, he hasn't had an Overlord actually watching this location. He's just been watching the other potential location for a base, and as a result, he's falling pretty far behind economically.
Yep. ZVZ, you're going to want to be on par. Ooh.
Looks like he's going to run up here and try and maybe bite away that rock pile. The thing is, because of the placement of this extractor, you can always see this happening. It is not possible to do this discreetly. So it's, yeah, as you can see, Shmeeg immediately moving out his forces. He's going to actually get a really nice flanking position against these Lings, and I would be surprised if they made it out of here. Because here come the Banelings.
Viper's not paying attention?
Not paying attention. He's pretty badly damaged, being forced back. He's going straight into a corner now. Trying to, does trade his Lings against the Banelings, as you can see. Once again, they do survive that initial hit, but they have so little health left that they pretty much just get annihilated by the Lings.
Yep, centrifugal hooks on the way, so those things are going to be even faster. Reinfestor's coming out, though.
So we're getting to the Roach v. Roach stage of the match. Viper has a little bit of a head start on that. And he's also going to grab Adrenal Glands. So that wonderful Ling upgrade that causes him to be absurdly effective against buildings is coming into play here.
Hydrodon going down for Shmeeggeggy. Going to move into the Hydrotech on top of this.
And Viper is going for Ultras.
Ooh. I like
Very
Ultras.
interesting choice. I mean, honestly speaking, he really would like to have another base's worth of gas at least to really be able to do this. You'll notice even right now he's still hanging out at about 200. He's not going to be able to afford more than 1 or 2 Ultras. That said, if his opponent does stick with the Baneling tech, keeps making that, the Ultras will trade really well against it, just because they can be a big kind of linebacker for the rest of the army. But so far, both players just kind of gearing up for the attack here. Showing a little bit more time until that finally happens.
Viper moving out across the map, looking to, I don't know, looking to do some damage here. He's gonna find these Banelings real quick.
And I have to say, very fun straight up to those Banelings like that. Fortunately, losing a few links in the process, but not too much. Keeps the majority of his force alive. He's gonna swing around, check the base locations. Wants to know if he's actually competing with him in that respect. Is not. Oh no, he knows about that with the Overlord. So
Third base just finished. Not mining yet.
So lots of links coming out for Viper as he's moving into kind of Ling Ultra.
1 Ultra on the way. Hehe.
As you said, unfortunately, kind of gas started in that respect. Second Ultra just started.
Counterattack over here, third base. Oh, not really counterattack. There's no attack coming in.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't actually really get anything, really. He traded some Lings for some other Lings. I don't think he got any drones there. So, did manage to burrow them, so be able to keep an eye on the tech as it comes out. So I don't know what the magic number is for when you want to actually attack with these Ultralisks. Thinking probably about 4 or 5.
I got a lot.
Like, I was just like, oh, look at that,
Ooh.
burrowing Ultra. Or something you don't get to see every day. And they're just burrowing right under this Overlord.
Yeah. It can see.
Say, that would
see.
be pretty messed up if you look down, you saw them sitting there, looked away, and then you look down again, they're gone, and you're like, oh no, an attack is coming. In reality, it's just burrowed.
Right.
So he's going to push up here, try to go up by the rocks, and discover that they've been cut off. Well, Shmeeggeggy actually pushed the attack, or is he just going to fall back? Looks like he's falling back. I think he's seeing the Ultra Tech. I'm not really seeing a response from him to that.
Have 2 Ultras.
Lings.
Third on the way. Shmeeggeggy is going into Spire.
These 2 Lings actually give him just enough vision to see a Hydra there for a moment. Anyway, the attack has started. Ultralisks now moving up along with the armies, trying to kite against the Ultralisks, but it's pretty hard to kite against other units that also shoot at a distance. As Roaches are pulling up at the back, and unfortunately, the army supply is just being incredibly great for our red player at the moment. And these Ultras are just not dying. They're just killing and killing and killing, trading so efficiently. Unfortunately, all the army for Viper is actually engaged right now. Needs to move up the rest of the army and actually fight along with them. Looks like good, he's grabbing them. Moving up, unfortunately, not seeing any real... Oh, okay, no reinforcements because he has built 5 more Ultras that are going to come up here in short order. Now, I like the idea to go for Mutalisks here, but I think this is going to be pretty dangerous. Viper's going to clean up the rest of this. These Ultras are going to get here long before the Mutalisks will.
We had them 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Hatchery. Oh, if we lose this hatchery, he's going to be so low in production. Down it goes. No macro hatch, so he can't actually spend all the money he's pulling in anymore. Economy effectively blunted pretty badly there. Comes another wave of units from the other side of the map.
Ooh, and the burrow, no Overseer.
Viper has actually... here come the Lynx. Army's getting a little bit separated here, unfortunately. He needs to lift up these Roaches, pull the Lynx back to get into a good position. He's actually allowing Shmeeg to engage his army piecemeal here, rather than controlling it a little bit better. And where are the Roaches? There are the Roaches. Okay, he's bringing them up with the Ultralisks and he's going to start the attack now. Again, like I said, despite the existence of the Spire, he's not really able to go into that heavy force to push all his minerals and gas into Roaches now, and he doesn't really have enough to kill the Ultralisks anymore, I think. These are going to kill off this army. He's delayed a lot. He's going to get another wave of Roaches out, but they're going to come out right on top of the army, and yeah, he's going to lose at least this hatchery. It's too much damage. GG.